Hi, it's nice and toasty in the UK. I've got my shades, I've got some pink stuff to drink, and I've got a tag to do. That's a brilliant intro. Oh, I won't do that again. Yeah, this is I've got a new tag to do. I've tagged by StrollingRocket, a relatively new YouTuber, but a really decent bloke. He's got a really laid-back camera presence, and he's pretty much doing videos like everyone else's. You know, like pickups, gameplays. I think he's doing a Modern Warfare 2 videos at the moment, like some playthroughs, I think. But yeah, he tagged me. It was a tag created by MrLetsPlay, also a very good YouTuber. I don't think people who create tags get enough credit. So in this case, I'll name check him. It's MrLetsPlay, and this is his. It's not a tag I'm actually aware as a name, but it's. I'm going to call it the 5 games for the rest of your life tag. What it is obviously self-explanatory. If you could play 5 games for the rest of your life, what would they be? One of the conditions is that it has to be a single-player game. You can choose a game that has a multiplayer facility, but you can't actually use the multiplayer option. It has to be a single-player game. So 5 single-player games for the rest of your life. I thought, yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'll start off these first 2. I've got visual aids to move my pink drink and my shades. These first 2 are pretty much for the same reason. I'm going to pick them because they're not necessarily no, actually no, they are my favourites. Here you go. That's quite boring, really, isn't it? Suikoden 2 and Final Fantasy VII for slightly different reasons. Final Fantasy VII, it's the depth of the gameplay, and it's just how much there is to the game. It's just so much of it, and I played this initially, and when I first played it, I got as far as the final battle and got to the second iteration of Sephiroth, and he just kicked my ass. And then obviously I realised that there was more work to do, and there was other things to discover and side plots to do, and that's what this is all about. It's just the depth and the variation and the side plots, and it's just quite phenomenal. I could have chosen the other 2, but this is just my personal preference of the 3 main PS1 Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy VII and Suikoden 2, because slightly similarly, because there are subplots, but this is good for a grind. This is all those playable characters, you can grind them up to as good as they can be. But there are multiple ways you can play this game. There are plots that if you decide to play through or go sort of aim for those sorts of plot strands, so to speak, that it means that you have to play the game a certain way and you can't play it any other way. So yeah, it's the variation and the depth in these 2. There's a lot of longevity in them, so I could continue to play them, but also they don't get tired. There's a lot of nostalgia in these for me. The sound effects and everything it adds to it, so they wouldn't. I can imagine playing certain games over and over and over and again. You'd get tired of them, you know. And I don't want to sully my memory of games that I have fond memories of. You know, if you play the same game over again, you'd tire of it. But I wouldn't with these 2. So it's Suikoden 2 and Final Fantasy VII. These next 2, again for similar reasons, I've got Tatsunoko vs Capcom and Ikaruga. Basically because they're obviously differing sorts of games. but they're games that you can perfect. Like for instance, Ikaruga. It took me a while to get to a point where I could complete it properly, but at the same time, once I completed it, you can perfect it. Sorry. Ah, fucking hell, sorry. Apologies for my language. Yeah, you can perfect it. So you can fine tune your gameplay to the point where you can almost play this 100%. But it would take a bloody long time. But it's a superb game. And the same with this. I was thinking maybe something like one of the Virtua Fighter games. I've only got Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. I thought maybe the Virtua Fighter games might be more appropriate for this tag because of the technicality there is in the gameplay, which would make it slightly more rewarding to perfect a character and all the other characters, perfect all the characters, and perfect the game. But I mean, this has got it's more arcadey, yeah, but this has got, you can perfect characters in this. They're probably slightly more accessible, but which means that there's maybe not so much longevity, but there's still depth to it, and you can still perfect the characters. There's still things to unlock, and yeah, this would sort of take me time to get to the point where I could perfect each playable character. So again, that's the depth. It's perfect them to a point where I could, if not that for this purposes of this tag, I would be able to play the two-player game. But if I could, I would be unstoppable. And finally, Championship Manager 2000-2001. This is, I've got a few copies of this game. This is the one that's been played the most. I've got the Xbox version, and that's atrocious by comparison. I've got Championship Manager 3, and that never worked. But I've also got a Football Manager, and this sort of Football Manager 2005, and this sort of paled really. It wasn't the same because I played this a lot, and I think I've got probably about. It's probably something stupid, like 2 weeks worth of gameplay. Like that's about over 350 hours. It might even be more than that. But it's the gameplay's infinite. It is literally infinite. You could go on for as long as you like, and you can, to the point where the existing players are distant memories. You know, players that are around now, they're just falling off the radar. Or they might even die. You know. You could play it for that long if you wanted to, but I can still enjoy it. I could still enjoy it. You could just keep on going. And I know I've played enough of this to know that it wouldn't get tired. Whereas this one, it didn't really cut the mustard. It was slightly disappointing in comparison. There you go. That's my 5 games for the rest of your life tag. I'm going to tag. I've not really thought of this really. I'm going to tag 3 people. And I apologise if they've been tagged already. This is just literally off the top of my head. I normally have a list already prepared, but off the top of my head, I'm going to tag the Stig, Snestastic, and A Murphy 245 because I know I think A Murphy loves doing. I get the impression he loves doing tags, or not. But yeah, Snestastic and the Stig as well as A Murphy 245. So. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll have a new couple of videos up very soon, and yeah, thanks for watching, people.